In one of the videos that I shot during my time in Florida over the holidays, I said that it was important that Bernie Sanders not fade into the shadows, that he remain a visible, vocal leader in the Democratic Party, regardless of what formal position they give him. Screw all of that, the ridiculous little pigeonholing that they try to do with Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, that he needs to be out there and be an actual leader, in effect, in action. And he's doing that. Now, one of the things that we know is going to happen once Donald Trump becomes president and once the Republicans have control of every branch of government overwhelmingly, is that they're going to try to take away the Affordable Care Act. Obamacare is going to finally be repealed, if you believe their promises. Now, that is, in some ways, I'm sure some people have a lot of problems with the ACA and they think that that might be an opportunity for improvement. Forget about that. It's not going to happen. If it is replaced, it's only going to be the parts that are most beneficial to the insurance companies and the healthcare industry as a whole. But millions and millions of Americans, well over 30 million Americans who got insurance thanks to the ACA, risk being thrown off of it and suddenly now not having coverage when they most need it. Now, that is going to be devastating, not just for their actual health. I mean, we're talking about people's actual livelihoods. They might literally die because they can't get the care that they need. But also, for those who will not actually literally die as a result of this, this could be an economic death for them. Because we know one of the leading causes of bankruptcies is medical expenses. Bankruptcies as a result of the lack of health insurance. Now, Bernie Sanders is getting out in front of this. He's been very active in interviews and tweeting, making sure that people understand the stakes of this war that's about to be waged. But in advance of the inauguration, he's saying no. That he and other Democrats in the Democratic caucus in the House and the Senate need to get out in front of this and start to stage rallies across the country. Now, look, how many rallies are going to be had? I honestly don't know. He sent a letter out saying that this is going to happen on January 15th. If one happens in LA, I will be there because this is possibly the most important medium-term issue that we're going to have to deal with when Trump becomes president. But I love that he is taking charge in this way, and he's showing other Democrats, who we know are generally 100% spineless, how to actually do this. That if you go to the people and show them that you care about these most important issues, that you understand that they're at risk of economic destruction, possibly their livelihood being taken away, that they will follow that they want someone who's a strong advocate, someone who's going to be a literal leader, not just a leader in terms of name. I don't care if you're the fucking whip. I don't care about any of that bullshit. Are you actually out on the ground organizing around the most important issues that will be affecting people's lives? And by the way, if long term you want to try to get back some of the people who supported Donald Trump, some of whom were obviously rightly turned off by Hillary Clinton, who weren't interested in her past and her style of leadership, quote unquote, then this is how you do it, because I got news for you. A whole lot of Trump supporters are going to realize that throwing the brick through the establishment's front door that they did is going to lead to them losing their health care. Because it's not just Democrats who have health insurance thanks to the ACA. It's a hell of a lot of extremely impoverished Trump supporters. And they're going to realize that life fucking sucks when you lose your health insurance. And all of a sudden, you have to go back to the system we had before where costs were rising even faster. So Bernie Sanders is showing amazing leadership in setting up for, in just about 2 weeks now, a national series of rallies around this important issue. I hope that this is just the first of many and that this becomes a regular thing, that Bernie Sanders and others will be out there and getting the people to not fall to apathy, to not believe that simply because the election is over, that their hopes are over, that there's nothing that can be done. There is a lot that can be done. We need to put the fear of fucking God into those Republicans and into Trump specifically, and let them know that if they go with Trump's stated agenda, the bullshit that he's been peddling for a year and a half, that we will wipe every single one of them from the face of Washington, D.C. They need to be assured of that, and Bernie Sanders is doing what's necessary to make sure they get that message.